All right, guys. Man, it's a nice warm day. My thermometer said 98 or 99. It's a little too hot. And today we're gonna smoke a H. Upmann um, Crafted. And I got Papa here. He got a haircut. Look at that. He's looking good. He was looking fatter, but he looks a lot slimmer now. Okay. Let's see. Good even burn. So this is the Crafted. It doesn't have anything else on the ticket there. A few days ago, there was an accident here that there was a girl walking up the street, and this street is people here race. They kind of speed up, going up or down, and she was on the opposite side, walking up, which is the right way. She can see traffic coming. She had earphones on, and she was listening to some music, and this car came up the curb. Somehow the guy lost control. He wasn't paying attention, probably looking at the phone, like a lot of people. He got up on the curb, plowed through the brushes, hit her in the driveway. Her earphones came off right there and landed on the ground. The car kept going through her about 25 feet, almost, 25 feet. She slammed her face against the phone box cable, the cable box. It tipped the box up. Her face got badged in. She was very bruised, and she landed on top of the small block wall, and she kind of ripped her thigh on the upper side, and she was rolled down and she was unconscious. So when I heard that, I was sitting in the living room, I was watching a movie, and when I heard the boom bang, and the girl went she screamed, and I kind of peeked out the window. I saw the car parked across the street, and the guy was getting off and coming over to the girl, says, "Girl, excuse me, miss, are you okay?" Okay, she got run over. That's what happened. She got thrown. So immediately he called the police and the ambulance, and he was really nervous. He was grabbing his head like, "Oh my God," he wasn't paying attention. He didn't seem to be drunk. But no, I didn't get close to him to see if he was drunk or anything. So the police showed up, the fire department, the ambulance, you name it, and they put her on a gurney and put her in the ambulance and rushed her away. And the police took them. They left the car here. They probably were going to do a sobriety test, blow into the little tube and see if he has any alcohol levels. And then about 20 minutes later or 30 minutes later, a tow truck came and took the car. So the girl lives up the street. I don't know where, but being that I always complain about the people racing on the street, and I think I'm going to go to the city hall and ask for a petition, a sheet, so I can have signatures up and down the street, and go and take it to city hall and talk to the mayor, because they're doing road work over here, and when they're done, they're going to resurface the street. They're going to repave the street, I think. And I think that's the time to put down a couple of speed bumps. And I don't care if they put them in front of my street. The people have to slow down. Around 5 o'clock, they come here from work, or 6 o'clock, and they're racing up the hill like crazy. It's another accident waiting to happen. It was a shame. That girl must have been maybe 15, not even 16, She was really banged up, and I don't know if she had internal injuries. She probably did. She didn't have any broken legs. So she was started to wake up, and she rolled over, and she was moving her legs. But people were telling, yeah, everybody came out. All the neighbors came out, and they said, don't move, just stay where you are. The ambulance is coming. And so she didn't have any broken legs, and I don't think she had broken ribs. Otherwise, she would have been screaming, because I know what a broken rib does. I have 5, and it was very painful. But I hope she's okay. I hope she doesn't have any internal bleeding, or something ruptured, or you know. The guy wasn't paying attention. He wasn't paying attention. Looking at the phone, I have an idea how to stop that. There should be an app that is obligatory to have in your phone. You have to download it. Then when the vehicle is moving, and the GPS is going to say on your phone, is going to detect how fast are you moving. When it goes over, let's say 10 miles an hour, the text site closes down. You can't text. You can make a call because you're driving and you're looking where you're going. Some people don't look. But when you're texting, you're actually moving away your sight from the street down to the phone, and you're doing writing stuff. And that's when you have an accident. But when you're calling, you can make a quick call and then, pick it up. And you can talk and drive. But the text has to be disabled when you're moving. That should be obligatory. Some techie guys that they know how to do that, and then they can implement it. I'll give you the idea. Use it, because it'll save people's lives. You can't be texting and driving. And I see people doing that all the time on the freeway, seeing truckers. The truckers are veering off the lane, and I come up to them and I look, and they're kind of looking down, and then they see me and they kind of look away. They can't be doing that shit, because they can. Can you imagine a diesel truck, heavy semi loaded with stuff, hitting a car because you're not paying attention? So I hope she's okay. So the engine is still at the shop. I went there 2 days ago, and the guy hasn't put the miscellaneous stuff back on it. He already painted everything. He still got 2 more cans. I told him to use it all. So he's got to put the water pump and the brackets and the flywheel, all this stuff, put it back in there. And all the miscellaneous pieces. There's a bracket to support the weight of the water pump. I got the water pump in the car, and he says he's gonna install that stuff back, and then I can do the rest. So until that's done, I can't go pick it up. I already talked to the yard. The yard says no, they don't do anything on Saturdays. They don't open on Saturdays, so it has to be during the week so we can drop the engine in the boat. And I talked to the mechanic. He says he can do it early in the morning. The early is the best. So until I get the engine in the truck, that I know I have the engine, I cannot make a reservation with the yard. Because what if I make a reservation and the engine is not done? So I gotta wait until I actually have it in my possession. Then I call the yard and say, okay, when can we do this? And when I have a date and I try to get early in the morning, then I can call the mechanic and say, okay, meet me there at this time, at this date, boom. And we can get it in the boat. Because when the engine is hanging, you can bring it down slowly and bring it up to the transmission, set it down really tight, put the bolts down into the runners, and then later he can come up and bolt to the transmission and connect the rest of the stuff. The oil filters and the gas filter and all this other stuff that's on the boat. So that's all pending. Let's see if we can get it all done by mid-month. Yeah, Papa's looking a lot slimmer. I think he lost some weight. We left him at Cano for the weekend. We took a little mini vacation. Went to a friend's condo in Palm Springs and spent 2 days there. So when we came back, we already told him, give him a haircut. When we came back, I looked at him and go, whoa, that's a big, because he looked bigger. All that hair. Well, one of my wishes came through. China backed out of the deal, and which is good. If you see my other video, you're gonna see why I don't want China to make a deal. It's gonna prevent a lot of problems. Let them go bankrupt, and it's gonna prevent the war. That's what it should happen. That's what I want. So Trump wanted to do a deal, but the Chinese backed out. Apparently they didn't like the deal. That is fine by me. Hey! Well, this H-Upmann is not biting. It's kind of the boxy look, which I kind of like. You know, prefer it. The aroma, it's good, but it's not quite as the other one, the number 20. The number 20 has something extra. And this is made by AJ Fernandez. Must be a wrapper, a cigar wrapper. Draws good. So it's too hot. I was gonna do the avalanche today, but it's too hot to do anything. I got that actuator, that 4-wheel drive actuator to install. I gotta get under there and remove the plate and, you know, do the whole thing. And haven't gotten around to it. There's a lot of stuff to do around here. It's just too hot. Well, I'm gonna water the lawn. It's getting burnt. Talk to you later.